Hello, hello. So that's me. That's the pretty. Well, I'll give you something to look at uh, while I'm here. This is a video game I play. It's called Star Wars Galaxies. That it would be a whole video explaining this game, but this is just we'll have the game in the background. These guys are just like gathering resources, AFK. They're sampling resources. So we'll just have that going in the background. So my last video was that I had a frustrating weekend. Now I'm having a frustrating week. It is Wednesday, and I still don't have a load getting me to the West Memphis terminal. I'm 458 miles from my house to the West Memphis terminal. And they got me a load Monday. They didn't check with me and ask me Monday if I wanted to leave the house Monday. But they got me a load Monday that I could not pick up on time. I asked them if I could pick it up late. I asked them if I could pick it up the following morning. I said I can't make it there by 4 p.m. The pickup window was from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and they gave me the load at 11 a.m. I was 4.5 hours away from the pickup. If I was in my truck and like hooked up, ready to go, I was 4.5 hours away from the place I had to pick up. And they gave me 5 hours to do that pickup. So, like, I didn't have the capability of, getting showered and getting packed. It's about a 25-minute drive down to the place where I park my trailer. Then I'd have to hook up to it, pre-trip it, and then start driving. It would take me a couple of hours just to hit the road. And they said no, it couldn't be picked up late, so they just took the load off of me. And I said, well, all right, give me something for 8 o'clock tomorrow morning then. I'll just stay the night at my house again. And I said it'll give me time to deal with a whole bunch of stuff that I need to deal with as far as buying this truck and everything. And Tuesday rolls around. I'll shorten the story. I waited around until noon, 11 a.m. or noon. No, it was about 11 a.m. at my house. And my driver manager messaged me to ask me what trailer. He called me to ask me what my trailer number was on the empty so that he could give that to the planners. So I gave it to him and I was like, all right, they're working on a load. So I went ahead and packed everything up, went down to the drop yard, hooked up to my trailer, pulled out, and went about a mile down the road to a truck stop, a TA, and sat there at the TA right next to the interstate waiting for them to give me a load. I waited until almost 8 p.m., 7-something p.m. Like, it wasn't like close. It was closer to 7 than 8. It was like 7:15 or something. They put a load on me to go to Michigan. So I called the after hours, or I messaged the after hours driver manager and told them that I'm going to West Memphis to turn the truck in. I'm not going to Michigan. My driver manager, this is turning into a longer version of the story. My driver manager messaged me earlier in the day and told me that the planners put a load on me going in the wrong direction, and he said he was going to get that load taken off of me and work on getting me a load to West Memphis. He never got around to doing that. He got interrupted or something. I don't know what the excuse is, but he never got around to getting that load pulled off of me. So when I asked, the thing is that load was never actually pushed to me where I could see it. It was kind of on me in the background. The planners put things on me. The camera's over here. The planners put stuff on you in the background, and the driver managers push it to the driver. So I can't ever see anything that's back here unless the driver managers push it to me. So I didn't see that load until I messaged the after hours and driver managers. Like, I've been messaging all day long, and my driver manager finally went home, and I messaged at 6 p.m. I'm like, what the hell is going on with getting a load? I've been up since 8 a.m. waiting on a load, and it was like 6 p.m. And the after hours driver manager had no idea what was going on. Joanna, she was just like, oh, here's your load. I pushed it to you. And it was that load that they put on me earlier going in the wrong direction. And I finally saw the load. It was going to Michigan. All right. So I messaged them and said, just cancel that load off of me. I'm going to go back to my house and we can try this again tomorrow. So we did. I got up at 8 a.m. again today. It's 10 a.m. right now, and they just gave me a load going to Ohio. Motherfuckers, do you not comprehend that I'm turning this truck in West Memphis? I just got off the phone. I called my driver manager and I explained to him, I said, there are no other options. I said, if you cannot get me to West Memphis today, then I cannot make it to Fargo, North Dakota by Friday. Which means I would have to set all weekend in Fargo. If I get there Saturday or something like that, I would have to sit there all weekend until they open back up on Monday. I said, so if you cannot get me to West Memphis today so that I can make it to Fargo by Friday, then I'm going to have to redo all of my plans, and we'll just do this next week. And I'm just going to stay at my house for the rest of the week. And he sighed, and he's being a little bitch right now because he's not putting on the facade anymore of trying to be a nice guy, because I'm leaving. That's over and done with. I don't know why the hell they can't just get me to West Memphis. And I asked him, I said, what's the deal? Is there not a single load between here and West Memphis? And he said, that's what I'm getting from the planners, is there aren't any loads. So he said he's going to escalate to whoever it is above the planner that he's dealing with and see if he can get, I don't know, maybe they'll look for a brokered load or something for me. At this point, they could just fucking deadhead me. I've been deadheaded over 600 miles many times. This is 458 miles. There's no fucking excuse for me to sit for 2 or 3 days waiting on a load. If they can't get me a load for 3 fucking days, I should be able to just deadhead to the terminal. Here's the call. Hello?
Alright.
We got something?
I think we got something.
Sweet. What is it?
So, we still picking up the Kimberly Park.
Okay.
Okay. I get it.
I'm here. Can you hear me? You just cut out. Hello? Hello? His phone cut out. Mine was still showing connected. Sometimes my Wi-Fi screws up on calls, so I just disabled my Wi-Fi. He usually does not attempt to call back, though. Come on, let me see if I can see the load. It's still going to Tulsa and picking up, which adds like 2 hours to my drive time. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it to West Memphis tonight if I have to go to Tulsa to pick up the fucking load. Because it's a 2-hour drive up to Tulsa and then a 2-hour drive back down to I-40. So it's going to add probably 150 to 200 miles onto the damn thing. I don't know that I can do that many miles in a day. Let me see. Hello again?
I apologize. My phone just
It's all good.
went down on me here. So, again, we're still picking up a case. There's Kimberly Park, and we are going to split there at West Memphis or whenever you get there.
Okay, I'm just double checking the miles to see if it's something I could do in a single drive shift, and it looks like it's 508 actual miles. What are the total miles you're seeing on the trip?
I'm showing 102K, and then
Okay, yeah, it looks like something I can do in a single drive shift. What's the pickup time? When can I pick it up? By 3 p.m. today. Yeah, that'll put me in there like 11 p.m. or so tonight. Okay, so question. On dropping the truck off, can I just leave the keys in the truck? Like if I'm going to get there at like 9 or 10 p.m. after they're closed. I think they close at like 5 p.m. Okay. All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. Thanks, sir. Bye-bye. All right. So, sorry about that. They have me a load. I can't pick it up until after 3 p.m. And it's Kimberly Clark is 110 miles away from my house, so roughly 2 hours. So I need to leave at about 1. I don't want to get there too early because I'm going to start my 14 as soon as I leave. And the appointment that they give is when they think the trailer is going to be ready to be picked up. It's all drop and hook there. So it looks like it's only it's not adding a whole bunch more miles because Tulsa is not like straight up and then straight down. I just looked at the map on it, and it is there you go. There's the map. Let me take my pretty face out of this. It is, it's not straight up and then straight down. So it's like 110 miles. And so it's only adding about 60 miles or so. Hello? Yep. I think it's 317027, but I'm not 100%. That's just off the top of my head. Let me pull up my Driver Hub app and yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. There it is. Yeah, it's 317027. All right, thanks, sir. Bye. All right, are we still rolling, by the way? Yeah, I think we're still rolling. Okay, so you can see on there, and this is, I'm using my condenser mic, my Samson Meteorite condenser mic. So if I were using my headset, as soon as I take my headset off, like number one, if I flip the mic up, it mutes it. And if I set it down right here, it's a condenser mic as well, I believe. I don't think it's a dynamic mic, but it has really good noise canceling. This one, you could probably hear me even though I was, standing over there. I pace whenever I talk on the phone. So it looks like it's not an 8-hour drive. This is estimating based on speed limit. I can't go the speed limit. I'm governed at 65. So let's do a 60. Let's do, what is it? It's 508 miles. 508 divided by 60. I hit times 508 divided by 60. About a 9-hour drive. So it's going to be a 9-hour drive if I'm able to maintain a 60 mile per hour average, which I should be able to maintain about a 60 mile per hour average. I think what they're doing is they're giving me that same load that was supposed to go to Ohio, but instead of me tanking it all the way to Ohio, I'm just taking it to the USA terminal in West Memphis, and then somebody else is going to take it to Ohio, to Tip City, Ohio, to another terminal. Actually, they're probably going to go ahead and deliver it to its final, wherever in the hell that's at, because they were wanting me to take this load to Tip City, Ohio, which is way the hell over here is Ohio. I don't know where exactly Tip City is. Tip City, I think, is a suburb of Dayton. Where the hell is Dayton, Ohio? There's Dayton. Where's Tip City? There it is. Right there's Tip City. So it's just north of Dayton. That's where our terminal's at in Ohio. So they wanted me to take the load all the way over here to Dayton, Ohio, which that is like a 2-day drive in the truck. I would not have been able to deliver that and then make it all the way to Fargo, North Dakota, back over here by Friday if I would have done that. So, yeah, I need to leave my house about noon, which is 2 hours from now. I'm going to leave my house, go down, pick up the trailer, and hook up to it, do my pre-trip and everything. It takes me about 30 minutes to get there. So if I leave at noon, I'll get there about 12:30. I'll be hooked up by about 12:45. And pretty much as soon as I get hooked up, I'll go ahead and start my pre-trip and start my 14-hour clock and start my day and take off and all that stuff. And I'll pretty much pay whenever I come into the place. That way, whenever I need to leave the place, I can just peel on out of there and be gone. Anyway, yeah, it's okay. So this is good. This is good. I'm gonna be, so this is good. I'll get there. So if I pick it up, if I get okay. So let's say I leave. So it's a 9-hour drive. It's gonna take me about 7 hours to go from Tulsa to the West Memphis terminal. 7 hours. So if I leave Kimberly-Clark at about 4, that means I'm going to be getting to the West Memphis terminal about 11 p.m. And I checked with my driver manager to see if I could just leave the keys in the truck, and I can. So that means that I don't have to wait for them to open up to turn the truck in and all kinds of crap like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead, now that I have a load on me and I know what my actual schedule is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and do a car rental. I've already printed out all of my bank statements and credit card stuff and everything not my credit card stuff, but because I don't have a credit card yet. I've already printed out a whole bunch of like utility bills and stuff like that. All right, let's do the fuel request and see where they're wanting me to fuel up at. I think I'm just below half a tank right now. So they'll probably have me fuel up in Weber's Falls right here. Oh, you can't see there. Right here is where it's Highway 3. It's Highway 351, which is, I think it's called the Muskogee Turnpike. It's just a turnpike that goes between Tulsa and I-40. Muskogee's like right here in the middle between Tulsa. But right here where the toll road intersects with I-40 in Weber's Falls, there's a Love's, and that is a really common fuel stop for me. Usually if I need to fuel up anywhere in this general vicinity, that is where they have me fuel up at. So let's see. Let's see what I get here. Still haven't gotten a response. I pick up from this Kimberly-Clark in Tulsa all the time. So I'm very familiar with it. Let me actually look at the load here. Oh, okay. So actually, the load pickup time was from wait, is that June 9th and June 10th? Today's the 10th. Okay, so 3 p.m. is not when the load's supposed to be ready. That is the latest time that I can pick it up. So I can like leave right now and it's ready right now. Because this was supposed to be ready last night at 9:56 p.m. Basically 10 p.m. is when this load was ready. It's been sitting in a trailer ready to go since then. 3 p.m. today is the latest time that I can pick it up. See, this is the kind of mixed messages you get from the driver managers. I just asked him when I can pick the load up, and he said it'll be ready by 3. Yeah, so I don't even think you can see that. That's my fuel purchase thing. Love's Travel Stop, Webbers Falls, Oklahoma. I-40 exit 287. Fill it up. So, yeah, that place must have cheap fuel or something. That's where they always have me fuel. So, I'm going to go ahead and upload this video and get fucking rolling. I'm going to plan on getting a budget rent-a-car. I'm actually going to fill that out right now. I'm going to sign up for a rent-a-car thing. I'm going to get a Ford Fiesta, a manual Ford Fiesta, because the only other dealership around there that has something other than a Ford Fiesta available, well, the only thing they have besides Ford Fiestas are things that are $1,000 a day, like full-size SUVs, ridiculous prices. The Ford Fiesta is like $145 a day. The only dealership that has cars that are, like a Toyota Corolla or something other than a Fiesta, it has a ton of bad reviews where people say that they rented a car and got there and that car wasn't available. So it sounds like that particular dealership just doesn't update their status of what's available. So I'm not going to chance dealing with them and getting there, and then I have to get an Uber to another location because they don't have shit available. So I'll get something at a different dealership. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go rent a car right now. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.